with another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit on the heavy side. It's not as fun as the other one, but it's something that is definitely worth filming in general for anyone who is at a place in their life where they feel like they're kind of like at a standstill. So basically today's subject is mostly about how to be what God wants you to be. I mean, I don't really know. I've literally refilmed this intro like 20 times trying to figure out what to call this video, and I don't know. It's literally just like the sentiments of my heart for right now. It's just what I want to share, and it's literally kind of almost a testimony about how I got to where I am right now. I feel like I'm at a pretty nice place in my life. I feel like I finally got something right. I feel like I'm finally at a nice level of success, and I want to share that. I want to share what I did to get to where I am. It's not going to be a super structured video. I don't have a list. I'm just kind of, going off the dome and just kind of speaking my heart. Well, yeah, let's get into it. So, what I wanted to talk about today is how I got to where I am. A lot of people look at me and they look at my situation and they automatically draw a conclusion about how I got to be where I am. And I mean, whether that conclusion is good or bad, I just want to go on and clear the air. The way that I got to the place that I am in today is all with God. This video is very spirit-led. So if you're a person that, you kind of like, that's a bit much for me, you're probably not gonna like this video because everything that I say is going to be spirit related. If that's something that you don't really feel like talking about right now, you might just want to say bye-bye. But you can like it before you leave, and you can subscribe before you leave. All of them not gonna be like this, but this one is. So people look at me and they're like, oh, she's a single mom, and she got 2 jobs, and like, how? And like I said, the only way I can do it is with God. But beyond that, the way that I do it is I am a natural born hustler. My parents are hardworking people, so it's just kind of in my bloodline. It's kind of part of my human nature to work to get whatever it is that I need. And while working and breaking your back to do what you got to do will financially sustain you, me working and hustling, I've been doing that same and having that same mentality when it comes to my relationship with God. The same way that I hustle and bust my butt and work all these jobs and do all this and then come home and be a full-time mom is the same way that I work and bust my butt and do all these jobs. I wake up in the morning and I say, look, it won't me. It's another day. Or the same way that I, press my way to Bible study even though I've been working all day long. Or the same way that I only really listen to gospel music because that's what I like to pour into my spirit. Or the same way that I get up and read my Bible at 5 a.m. if I happen to wake up. That is what I'm doing. And when I say hustle, it's not just about hustling for money. It's about just hustling to be wherever it is that you need to be. Spiritually, I feel like I had got to a standstill with God. I guess around the time that I was pregnant, not necessarily like regretting my situation, but kind of like standing back like, God, what are you trying to do here? Can you let me know? Usually you give me a little hint here, a hint there. This time you just smack me with it and I'm like, oh, okay, God. So that's kind of what happened when I got pregnant. I was just like, me? Out of all people? What? So when that happened, I literally like clenched up and got into myself and was like, I don't really know what's going on here. It all ended up working out. What it did, me getting pregnant probably had to be the best part of my relationship with God, because at that point, I lost everything that I knew to be normal. My life no longer had structure based off of what I made it to be. Because from that point forward, everything was up in the air. Every day that I woke up, I didn't know what was going to happen. Anything could have happened. And at that point, I literally had to relinquish control completely. Like, I literally had to be like, all right, sending this one up and sending this one up and sending this one up. Because listen, I ain't stressing out about it. And from that point forward, my relationship with God has been crazy. And this is the way I'm talking to you right now. This is how I talk to God. I get up in here like, listen, sir, now I'm gonna need you to, fix that for me, Lord. That's just how it is. And so once I got to the point where I realized that it's no longer in my control and I have to give it up to God, once I did that, things started rearranging. Literally, things started rearranging just from that. Because I wasn't even at the point where I am now. Just from relinquishing that control, things started rearranging. After that point, I realized that I had to do some work. So not only was it me just relinquishing everything and expecting God to just, make these mighty moves, which he does, but it got to a point where I realized I got to put in some work. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to work hard to get whatever it is that I want. And that means on my end, financially, but then also on my end, relationally with God. You can't get so wrapped up in whatever you're doing to try to get to this financial goal without having God on the back end doing a lot of the rearranging, a lot of the spirit work. Because you can have the highest credit score in the world. You can have $10,000, $50,000 in your bank account and still get denied just because that's not what's for you right now. It can happen. It started becoming like a little seesaw. It was like me not taking my work as seriously as I should have. But I'm like, oh, I'm all gung-ho over here when it comes to spiritually. You can't do that. You can't be all spirit and no, actual physical work. But then it got to a point where I was like, okay, well, you want me to work hard? I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do this. I'm going to work 2 jobs. And then God was like, okay, so job 1, job 2, baby, where I'm supposed to sit at? God was like, where's my chair? I only see 3 seats. Hello? And then when I finally found that good, nice medium, things started popping off. Like I just really could not fathom that, finding that literal balance between, God, my physical work, my motherhood, my social life. Finding that balance is what will create the perfect atmosphere for receiving blessings. Why didn't you just say that, God? Why didn't you just come out your mouth and say that? That's all you had to say. It's never that easy though. So, just once you find that perfect balance, y'all, he be showing out. God be showing out. So it was just literally aligning my relationship with God and balancing everything else. That was the hardest part of it all, but that literally became the bread and butter of how to be successful, of how to have prosperity. And then there was also a point where I realized that I had to mind my whole entire own business. I cannot stress how important it is to mind your business. I can't stress it enough. When you get to a certain point with God, for one, you don't even care about what other people are doing. It don't even matter about what other people are doing. But to get to that point, you have to a certain degree, learn how to mind your business, how to shut it down at the door. I don't want to hear about so-and-so. I don't really care what they're doing. Because once you start concerning yourself with what everybody else in the world is doing, you don't have the time to focus on what you are doing. You don't have the time to focus on what you are doing and your relationship with God. What we don't understand is that it all doesn't fit. All of it doesn't. You can't have God and mess in the same bowl. It doesn't mix. So you can't claim to be, I'm elevating my relationship with God. Me and him, we getting vertical. That's how it is. And then as soon as you walk out the church, you in the parking lot talking about so-so and so-so with so-so. No ma'am, no ma'am. When you get out in the parking lot, you get in your car, you go home. Go to Cookout and get you a tray and go to the house, okay? That's what you have to do. And once I realized that my life, once again, I've had a lot of life completely changing moments, in the past 2-3 years. So, don't judge me. But once you realize that concerning yourself with other people's business is not going to benefit you in any aspect, you literally become a new person and you free up this amazing amount of space that God can take over and he can bless you. He can bless you when you take mess. So think about how your life is. Think of your life in a bubble. And you got your mom bubble, or you got your sister, or whatever you are to your family right now. You got that bubble, your wife bubble, whatever. And then you got your work and social life and everything else bubble. And then you got your God bubble. But then dead in the middle, you got your messy bubble. And it's big. When you eliminate that bubble, it's empty space. And what you can choose to do is you can either choose to bring social life up in there, you can either choose to bring life up in there, or you can choose to bring God into it, which is what you should do. And when you do that, that is extra room for blessings. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. It doesn't. So minding your business literally helps you. I know you want to know what happened between her and her husband. I know you want to know why her kid not living with her no more. I know you want to know why she traded in her Lexus for something else. I know. But how is that going to help you go to bed tonight, for one? How is that going to help you get to where you need to be? And where in the grand scheme of things is that granting you success and prosperity? Where? It's not putting money in your pocket. It's not adding hours to your sleep. It's not, taking away the bags under your eyes. It's not doing it. So why does it matter? It doesn't. So mind your business. I mean, how much simpler can that be? Mind your business. So there's that. And then is that making time for things. The main question that I always get as a single mom and as someone who works 2 jobs is, how do you have time to do all that? Well, one, I make time. What I do is I dedicate time to what is important. Both of my managers from my jobs, we here. I'm like, look, I'm a mom, so don't ask me to work no crazy hours. What has happened is I have created that mentality from jump. And that all draws back to having standards. Literally, when I came into my jobs, I was like, I am a mom. Bottom line. But the first thing, and in every job interview, they're like, tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, I'm a mom. That's the first thing I say, because that is one of the most important things to me, is my time with my child. Setting that standard and throwing that on the table before you even pull out the silverware, before you even pull out the napkins, before you even pull out the plates, before you even put the chicken on the grill. I am a mom. So there's that, setting that standard, and then also making it very clear what you will and won't do. I'm not gonna work no whole day. You're not gonna have me here open to close because I got a kid to get ready for bed. And then also making what is important to you important to you. It is important for me to have both of my jobs. I love both of my jobs. So making them work, having that conversation with my manager, being open about what it is that I want to do, what it is that I want to achieve, and what it is that I will and won't tolerate. Having those conversations, all back to standards. What you will and won't do for things that you might feel are important in your life. That's all it is. So there's that. Whew, this is heavy, y'all. This is some heavy stuff. Huh. Wow. The last but not least is being thankful for what you already have. I cannot stress how important it was for me to make my parents understand how thankful I was for them allowing me and my daughter to stay with them for as long as I did. I cannot stress how important that is, because not only is it you showing your gratitude to your parents, but it's also them feeling appreciated for doing something for you that they don't have to do. I'm 22. Most people by 18, well, I don't know, but by 18 you should figure it out. You should already have it together. You should be good to go. But for my parents to be nice enough to be like, well, look, take your time and do this. You can stay here for as long as you need to. You can do this. If you need more time, let us know. Or by my parents even, helping me to move into my place. Everyone doesn't have that, that same support. So if you do have that support by anybody, and it's not just parents, it's, a friend that's letting you stay, or a loved one that's, letting you rent out their house for a very low rate compared to what rent is. Wherever you are, even if it's not where you want to be, you need to be thankful. And you need to show your gratitude to whoever it is, including God. You need to show your gratitude to God too, but you need to show your gratitude to whoever the person is that is providing for you in your time of need, because they don't have to do it. So you can ask my parents today. 2 things I never said to them was, I can't wait to move out of here, and I'm grown. Because I know. If I told my mama I'm grown, and she kicked me out the door, I'd be somewhere under the bridge of Highway 54. That's where I would be. Under a bridge on 40. That's where I would be. Because what am I going to do on my own? So showing gratitude to those people, respecting those people who are providing for you in your time of need, and being thankful. Thanking God for being where you at, because it could be worse. I could be a single mom and homeless. I really could. And I feel like God really took that gratitude that I was giving to him and to my parents and turned that into, you've been faithful over this little bit, over this bedroom you got, so now I'm gonna give you an apartment. Of course it took more than that. And there will be another video, okay? There will be another video about how I got my own apartment and whatnot. However, this stuff, spiritually aligning yourself to be in the place where you can be successful, is so important. A very big part of getting to wherever it is that God has for you. So that was a good place to kind of like close it out. That was just like that place that God has for you. And sing. So I really hope that something that I said in this video really pricked your heart, really helped you, really geared you, put you into gear to get to the point where you can start moving forward and making some moves to be successful and to be the best version of yourself, and to literally, trust God and put God at the head of your life and watch how things start to rearrange. I really hope that something I said was very influential in your life. If it was, please don't hesitate to thumbs up this video, like it, comment, subscribe, ask me any questions on here, Instagram, wherever you want to go. And what else can you do? Oh, share this video if you feel like it was inspirational. Let me know if you want to see more or less of this. If you like, girl, hush up, say that. No, don't say that. But but yeah, just let me know if this is something that you want to see more of. And I really hope something helped you. And I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch my videos, listen to me talk, listen to me ramble. I so love y'all and appreciate y'all. And I'm really trying my best to make time to be consistent with you all. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next one.